Hey guys, Dreamer out there here. This is going to be a little different of a video. I'm basically just going to give a quick tour of my room and some of the things that I have and talk for a second. So, you can see a lot of my Transformers here. We'll start just by looking at this. I live in Austin, Texas, and I just went 50 hours with no power and below freezing temperatures because Governor Abbott and Mayor Adler and ERCOT and so many other people who only had one job completely fucked up. So I just spent 50 plus hours hurtled in the cold with my doggy Gally here and with my dog Daisy here. We would hang out in the car literally to keep warm, and I was using my car to charge my phone, and I could only use internet at night when people had gone to sleep because we were using a cell tower that still had power, but our local cell tower was down. So that's fun. And, you know, before I lose power again, if I do, I don't know. I just wanted to make a quick video and talk about some things. You know, here's my room. Here are my cute doggies, how they're doing. Here's my setup here. I got Nara Burns, a vintage 1993 Fire Mario who always likes to fall over. Defiant Cloaked and Uncloaked. A little 3D printed Stargate Atlantis or City of Atlantis. Collection of knives. My drawing tablet. I'm working on my comic right now. But yeah, Deep Space Nine, Nara Burns from Exo Squad, represent. Transformers I just keep on my desk to mess with. Here are my Decepticons over here. As you can see, I've got quite a few of them. This G2 Megatron with this 3D printed upgrade from eBay is life. Those Earthrise Soundwave, Shattered Glass Optimus. In my headcanon for all this, Skywarp has been entrusted with a clone of Megatron from another reality that they locked in gun mode, and the locked in gun mode Megatron has been entrusted to Skywarp as a weapon because Megatron doesn't trust Starscream, of course. Cyclonus is here from, okay, in my timeline, what's going on here as far as Siege is concerned, different versions of Transformers from different timelines across the multiverse are being transcribed into their reality, and as they show up, they just kind of appear. And they don't have a reality to go back to because they aren't leaving their original reality. They're just being copied over to this one. And so it ends up with this big mishmash of all these different characters. You got Black Arachnia here. These are kind of my favorites on top. And then you got your B-roll down here. See who all you can spot. I will say this right now. Siege Skywarp right here, Cybertron Skywarp. That is the most expensive Transformer I own. Fuck you, Amazon exclusives. Fuck you. But I've got all of them. The only Seekers I'm missing are the Rainmakers, and I will have them. Got Nemesis Prime back there. Got some Coneheads and some more Seekers. Shattered Glass Ratchet. And these down here, this is my Mercenary Squad. I want to get some Mercenary stickers to put on them. I've got the Japanese Sound Blaster on order with the Mercenary badge. And we got Devastator over here. Because reasons. Yeah, my little light here. Ignore that. So no power. That's been an interesting thing. And then I spent 2 hours driving in the snow in Austin, Texas today. Now, nobody in the South knows how to drive in the freaking snow. Now, I spent years living in Colorado, so I know I'm used to driving in blizzards to go to the gym, you know, to go grocery shopping, go buy weed, whatever. So, yeah, these conditions, I can drive in this, but everybody else is a freaking moron. Like today, there's a guy who's trying to use water to melt ice off of his car so he could see. And I got out with an ice scraper and offered to scrape off his windows. And the guy said, no, you're going to scrape my windows. I was like, no, this is from Colorado. We use this. It's called an ice scraper. I showed him. And in like 30 seconds, I had his windows clear and ready to go. He was like, I've never seen one of those in my life. And I just, oh my God. So, this has been a day. Every single fast food place near me shut down. Grocery stores shut down. The only thing open are some gas station and mom and pop stores that are basically sold out of everything. And only place we could go was Target. They have no meat, no beer, no dairy, no bread. All their meat went bad because Austin lost power for 2 days. So their meat went bad. Nobody has meat. So literally, I haven't eaten in like almost 3 days. There's no food. So this has been an interesting time. So, well, this is going on. I'm finally catching up on freaking YouTube. And everybody's talking about Hasbro Unicron. And yes, I backed him. I'm getting Unicron. And you know what? I've got some things to say. Let's see here. So we got Future Enterprise. That's my favorite Enterprise D. I love that one. You got Studio Series Grimlock, Optimus Primal. There's Alicon next to them. I've got G1 Metroplex up there, and that's, I don't know if you can see it, but behind them under Metroplex, that's G1 Galvatron, the E-Hobby one that is in the anime colors that comes with the Green Matrix. Over here we got Power Master Optimus Prime in the 1995 Playmates Enterprise 1701 Connie. And we got the Doctor here, and he, I don't know if you can see this, he's traveling with Tasha Yar. In this reality, the Doctor stopped Denise Crosby from quitting the show, and then he's taking her on trips throughout space and time because she was in the 80s and they wrote a character that grew up with rape games, and he wanted to show her something better. So the Doctor, in my timeline, is taking Denise Crosby on adventures through space and time. We got the Enterprise E behind them. That is my favorite ship. That's the Nemesis version with all the extra weapons. And then here, you've got my G1 Decepticons. And here you got some Eagle Moss going on. That's me and my sister right there. A few years ago. It's me and my sister. And autograph from Katee Sackhoff because she is my favorite actress and I love her. And yay, Katie. Okay. And then here we've got my G1 Autobots. And then down here, all the turtles in red. Plus Springer, Earthrise, Ironhide with some Exo Squad battle damage stickers on him. You got Hound. And then you got, I want to say that's Spin Out right there, yeah. Then you got Wheelie. And then down here, you've got my Earthrise Autobots, which I'll just see if I can get them all in frame because there's kind of a lot of them. It's a little dark. Apologize. Let's see here. There we go. You've got Hoist in the back. You got Warpath, Cliff Jumper, Smokescreen, Earthrise Ratchet. You got Jetfire, Ultra Magnus, Optimus Prime, Red Alert, Sideswipe. Looks like the Sideswipe's falling over a little bit. Come on, Sideswipe. I'm only missing a couple of the Sideswipes. I still need 3 of them, but I've got several Sideswipes. My Bumblebee. Then I've got Sunstreaker and Corden. I've got ACOG. He's the one that came with the transparent hologram Mirage. You got regular Mirage back there, as well as Prowl and Hoist and Wheeljack and Ironworks and Lifeline and Alpha Strike. Yeah, I don't have all of the paints of all of these, but I kind of want to get them. Then we got Fort Max chilling over here, watching over everybody. There's Fort Max. And then Skylinks. Here's Skylinks. Let me get out of the light. Skylinks. And then over here we've got some mini Megatron, Starscream, and Soundwave. The 1987 Gloob die-cast metal, saucer separatable, original Enterprise D model. This right here is the best toy of the Enterprise D they ever made. It saucer separates. I just don't feel like doing it right now. Got some more Eagle Moss, the original blue toy of Tasha, because Tasha's my favorite. The Transwarping Enterprise, still mint in box. Yeah, there's Yar. I got the Playmates Yar, because I really like Tasha. And then up there, you've got Sela and Tasha beaming out, which is a con exclusive. In my closet, you have a custom knockoff. This is a knockoff, high-quality Chinese G1 Optimus Prime. I customized him to be the zombie Optimus Prime from the end of Season 3. What do you think? This guy. This Siege cell-shaded Optimus Prime. I was so impressed with this figure that I started collecting all of these. And I only got this figure because I backed Unicron and I realized that there was a whole line that went with it. And I'd seen them at the stores, but I hadn't bought them. And then I went and I bought this one cell-shaded Prime, and I was so impressed that it was just all over. And, oh my god. I've got a bunch of autographs and cool stuff in here. This will be another time. We got the alternate universe Dead Optimus Prime, as well as the Netflix Optimus Prime, as well as the Elita 1 with the misassembled shoulders. And then you got all my Blu-rays here. I've got a lot of Blu-rays. It would take me forever to list them all. The thing I'm the most proud of are the Dragon boxes. First generation transfers in high definition, SD, but the way they were originally meant to be seen, out of Japan, only released in America once. I paid $40 for each one of these boxes when they came out. They're like $1,000 a piece now online. This is my favorite thing. This is also the only way to get a hold legally of the 4:3 aspect ratio of episodes 36 to like 64. So this is a very important thing. I have the Blu-rays here, and yeah, they're cropped, but they pan and scanned it at least. So, and I've actually never watched them, but I do have them. And Johnny Quest, Star Wars, Farscape. Who remembers Lex? Lex was my favorite. The Firefly and Serenity, Boondock Saints, the Hayao Miyazaki collection. You got all of Transformers here, including the movie and the Japanese stuff, the Godzilla collection. You got Beast Wars over here, all of the X-Men, all of Legend of Korra. Got lots of Game of Thrones, Babylon 5, and all kinds of stuff down here. I've got a lot, okay? Let's see here. These are extras from Ari North. She drew a comic called Always Human. It's fucking amazing. If you haven't read it, find Always Human. It's very good. It's a very, very friendly, queer, lesbian, sci-fi futuristic story that's very LGBTQIA friendly, so I highly recommend it. Always Human. And then here's some artwork from Always Human, because I backed her and I bought her book. And I actually didn't back her to get the rewards, but I've been commissioning her for artwork for years, so I was able to get her. Well, I just told her that I bought her book and she sent me the extras. I didn't even ask for it. So she's an amazing person. I highly recommend. Here we've got some Exo Squad animation cells, because Exo Squad is freaking amazing. And if you don't know what it is, shame on you. And then, hold on. Okay. We've got the Danica XIX calendar down here. I can't really show that to you because it's got her butt on it. Here's an animation cell from the original Ghostbusters. And yeah, this is, I think you can see a butt. That's Danica's thing. That's her calendar. The year's already over, so I got in the plastic to protect it. But I have a lot of stuff. Battlestar Galactica on Blu-ray. I've got a lot of collections, okay? Okay, sorry I don't have better lighting in here, but these are all of my comics and my manga and my old artwork, and all of my Eagle Moss I don't have room for, and old calendars, all kinds of books, and The Eyes by Masaku Katsura. It's a pretty good series. I loved that when I was a kid. Dragon Ball. You got the obligatory Gundam models that I never show off anymore. I am one of the people that has the $400 1/400 scale Ptolemy-Mios model. I actually made a video reviewing this and I never uploaded it. If you guys want to see my really shitty Ptolemy-Mios video, say so in the comments and I'll show it to you. But I've got a lot of Gundam here. I've got the Master Grade Wing Zero as well as Wing Gundam. And then a bunch of 00. These are both Master Grade here. The Exio Repair and the Jinx. So yeah, and this makes me sad. My little Trunks and Koopa. I'll put their picture at the end. The 16th of February just passed, and that was the 2-year anniversary of Trunks passing away. Kills me so much. These are my dogs up here. I love them so much. Okay, the next thing I want to ramble about for a second. Studio Series Hot Rod is arguably the best hot rod that there is. There will never be a better hot rod than this. He has no kibble. The transformation is fluid. Transformation reminds you of the scene where you see all the parts of him flipping around, and it's really kind of cool. This is like the most... It's got a faux chest, okay? I just don't like faux chests. They've been making faux chests ever since Power Master Optimus Prime. I understand this. That doesn't mean I have to like it. He's the best hot rod you'll ever get, you know? Sorry, I'm handheld this whole time. If you look in here, there's a groove right in there where this arm can't actually properly move up on its own, how it's hinged. So they put that groove in there so it wouldn't slide against the chest plate. And that's kind of ingenious, you know? Here's my biggest issue. So, come around here. This clip right there, that clips his smokestacks together. And that is integral to holding the car in place and holding it together. You don't have that little clip. You can still turn them into the car, but it's a little looser than you would feel comfortable with. Well, on the other side, during the third time I transformed him, that little clip, it broke off. So this is my official warning. Studio Series 86 Hot Rod is fragile. Be careful. I'm planning to buy 2 more, one that I can open that isn't broken, as well as one to just keep in the box. But word of warning, look at that. One clip and another clip. So he's fragile, okay? And that's one thing that I will say that I don't like about this line, is that some of these things feel fragile, like I'm going to break them. He feels fragile, okay? The Seekers, let's take Skywarp here, right? Earthrise Skywarp. Okay, look right here. There is a tiny stress fracture on the joint of the plastic inside the arm. This is present on every single one of the Earthrise Seekers on both sides. I am worried the arms on the Seekers are all going to break off eventually. That is potentially a flaw that anybody might have with their Seekers. Be fucking aware. So I'm pretty sure that all of the Seekers are fragile. So, there's that. Okay, him. Is this Run Amok or Runabout? I forget. It's Beavis and Butthead. Anyway, he's fragile. He's got a glass back plate. He's got transparent plastic everywhere with hinges. He is fragile. Anyone based on the Datsun, this is all transparent plastic back here. Fragile. Any figure. Okay, I've got all of the Earthrise Datsuns for Autobots as well as Barricade. All of them are fragile. You know, it's just like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, you come over here, dude, the most fragile one I have is this hologram Mirage. Holy shit. And then out of here, there are other ones that feel fragile. Sideswipe, Corden Spin Out. They are fragile. Okay? Springer, he's the most fuckity, flippity, mess with transformer there is. He drives me crazy. He is also fragile. He is just the most, because he's a triple changer, he's the most annoying transformer to fucking transform. Oh my god. And then Skywings, his fucking wings, the joints are janky. Somehow this got voted best transformer of 2020, but I don't like the joints on the wings. They're janky. I will need to review him at some point. But that is my one criticism about Siege as a whole, is that while these figures are amazing, and a lot of them are basically mini masterpieces, a lot of them are also very fragile. So that is one of my biggest takeaways that I don't like about it. Same here. Hot Rod, he is fragile. Okay, now, as far as Unicron goes. So, this is the point of the video where I throw up pictures of Unicron and I just talk for a second. The teeth on the bottom are not painted. The maw is not painted and it's the wrong color. Apparently the inside of the hands are the wrong color. Apparently something's even wrong with the wings. Okay, sure. But you know what? We're in a pandemic. They had to create a... If you watch the video, you need custom stations to like airbrush things. You need custom stations to put in pins. You need an assembly line to assemble joints in the body. You know? You need so much to do this that at some point something's got to give. And I think that the maws didn't get painted. You know, they were supposed to be painted. The teeth were supposed to, but they didn't. And it's not that they're cheaping out, and it's not that they're hurting it. There's a reason that it didn't happen. And, you know, if they can fix it, go ahead and fix it. You know, if they can fix it, go ahead and fix it. But it's like, they would have to open every single one from the box. They would have to open every single one from the box, take every single one apart, paint every single one, put them all back together, put them back in the box. I mean, fixing it would be impossible. And it's like, Elita 1, they put her in a spray station that sprays the front piece, but they don't spray the back because they don't have the money for an extra metal-like thing that the back piece can fit into just so it can be painted. It's a mass production line. And then there's like a tampograph that just is a sponge that goes on and applies the paint to the face. When I was at Walmart one day, I saw a Elita 1 with a smushed, fugly looking face that came out of the mold wrong, and they still used it. And I wish I had taken a picture of it, but I didn't. And they still put the tampograph on, and the lips were on all like crooked, and the nose looked wrong, and everything was messed up. But there are ways that all this works, and there's just so much that can be done with these. And it's like, I've heard people complain that the back of RC isn't painted. And like, yeah, it isn't. But that's where your imagination's supposed to come into play. You know, I hear so many people complain about not being accurate to the cartoon, to not having the right colors, to customizing it, to painting it. And I appreciate customizing. I like doing craft stuff. But the color doesn't bother me that much because it's a toy, and my imagination can make up for it. In my whole life, toys have been missing certain items or certain things, or they've had shortfallings, or they haven't been perfect. And also, people are complaining that Unicron is a shell former and that Studio Cell did it better. Well, guess what? Studio Cell is like a third of the size, and he is a fucking nightmare to transform. He is a bitch and a half to transform. I had a third-party Jetfire once, and his ankle joint snapped on me the second time I tried to transform him. I got so mad, I threw it in the garbage. You know, the third parties, they may look impressive. Sometimes the transform is very buckety. And yes, Unicron is a shell former. Yes, he is. But guess what? He still is an awesome representation. He's the biggest transformer ever made, and he's got a fluid and fun transform that doesn't frighten you as much as the Studio Cell does. And at the end of the day, yeah, they shell formed him. Yeah, at the end of the day, they didn't have as intricate of a transform. but they made it funner and less anxiety inducing to transform it. So I accept it for what it is. And when it comes, I will make a video of it, believe you me. But the paint apps, man, in 2020 when everything's gone fucking pear-shaped, in 2021 when I went 50 hours without power and now I can't find food in Austin, Texas, are you kidding me? Something happened. They couldn't make an extra spraying station. They couldn't get an extra time to do this. They had to do this or that or that. I don't know what happened, but something happened. And you know what? There are other things that I'm more worried about right now when it comes to everything. So no, I'm not that worried about Unicron. Even if he's not painted correctly and everything's not right, I'm still going to be so happy to get him. You better believe that I am going to be posting videos of him when I get him. And that's what I think. So if you watched the video this long, thank you for listening to me ramble. Thank you for listening to anything. You know, it's been really hard recently. It's been super hard recently because no power, no food, no everything. I'm trying to keep these dogs warm and safe. And it's just, everything has been fucking ridiculous. And no power for 50 hours. The Austin water treatment plant just went down, so we have no water pressure, and we have to boil all our water. So can't shower, no food. The last thing I'm worried about at this very moment is that Unicron doesn't have all the correct paint apps, or that he's a goddamn shell former. That's what I think. That's my opinion. I can't wait to get him. I'll show you guys when I do. Like I said, if you watched the video this long, thank you. Here's a picture of Trunks and Koopa. I love them. The 16th just passed. 2 years since Trunks passed away. I can't even say that without my voice breaking. I miss him so much. So thank you for just listening to me ramble. In closing, here is a map signed by Jane Espenson of the 12 colonies of Cobalt from Battlestar Galactica. So say we all. I have a really cool fan fiction idea for a Battlestar Galactica story, just based off of this. I recently rewatched this movie. I still like it. I will defend it. Maybe I should make a video why I like it and why I defend it. Ghost in the Shell is my jam. I love Ghost in the Shell. I'm working very hard to have my first part of this comic finished this month, so hopefully I will be posting it. Time will tell, but I will definitely make a video if I do post my comic and when. And in closing, my girls are chewing on rawhides. They love everybody. And the last thing I will show, one of my best friends, Mike, who was my roommate for 3 years in Colorado, the best roommate I ever could have asked for. His girlfriend works with a lot of nonprofits in California. This is an official print that's numbered, official collector's item with a certificate of authenticity from Lucasfilm, Boba Fett. Something I'm very lucky to have. Something very cool. I'm lucky to have the friends that I do. Lucky to have what I have. Anybody who's without power, anybody who's suffering right now, anybody who doesn't have food or water, I feel what you're going through. And thank you. Be well, everybody.